Okay, hands up. How many of you have been saying things like, I don't feel motivated to go for a run. I'm just waiting for the motivation to finally hit me to do this. Or at first I was super motivated and it worked great, but then it stopped and I kind of dropped off. I definitely have been there too. So there's absolutely zero shaming if you put your hand up right now. For those of you who know me no more than 5 years, won't believe me if I say this, but for years and years, I was very, very demotivated to pick up a sport or have a regular workout practice. In fact, I hated sports. The gym was a far away, scary place for me. And beside the occasional Pilates or bum training video, I literally didn't do shit. But when I moved to the UK, I changed that and I promised to myself I will find a sport or something I become obsessed with, and I actually signed up to the gym at work, got myself a PT, and haven't looked back since. For the last 5 years, at the time of recording, I have been super consistent with my working out practice and have transformed my body and my mindset when it comes to the gym. It is now literally such an integrated part of my life that I do it on autopilot, even when I don't feel like it, and even when the motivation is low. I actually get asked on the regular, Josie, how on earth are you so disciplined? And if you're one of them wondering about these questions, then keep on listening. So today we will explore why there is a problem with relying solely on motivation, and we will look into the difference between motivation and discipline. And I will also provide you with some tips on how you can become more disciplined yourself. First things first, if you look up the definition of motivation, it is a reason or reasons for acting or behaving in a particular way. Sometimes it can also be replaced with stimulus. And that's the thing. Motivation is the drive or desire to achieve a particular outcome, often stemming from external factors or short term inspiration. In other words, motivation is the initial fire that will help you to start something, but it's not a sustainable nor reliable source to draw upon if the action in question is something that is done daily, consistently, or routinely, like working out, drinking more water, being on time to meetings, journaling every day, and so on. Which is where discipline comes into play, as it involves consistently following a set of rules or routine that achieve long term objectives, regardless of immediate emotional states. Even research in psychology and neuroscience supports the notion that discipline trumps motivation in sustainable goal achievement. The brain's reward system is activated when a task aligns with your long term goals, creating a positive feedback loop that reinforces the disciplined behavior. And as mentioned, this contrasts with motivation, which tends to be fleeting and relies heavily on external factors that can include competition, deadlines, feedback from peers, or also financial incentives like a bonus or pay rise. Though I do want to point out there is even a further difference between this type of motivation, external motivation, and intrinsic or internal motivation. And the latter is actually pretty powerful as it represents your very personal why you are doing something that is based on your values, your goals, and your desires. It is when you do something that you find enjoyable, interesting, or just hits the spot for you. It's like doing an activity just because you love doing it and not because someone is giving you an incentive or prize or telling you to do it. But again, this alone might not be enough for the days you just don't feel like it, or because it's raining, or insert any other excuse that might come to mind. So the magic truly happens when you combine the intrinsic motivation with discipline. Intrinsic motivation provides a genuine desire and passion for what you're doing, making the journey enjoyable and fulfilling. So, when you are intrinsically motivated, you're more likely to embrace tasks willingly and persistently because you find joy in them. Then, when you add discipline into the equation, you will get to a state where you can ensure a consistent and structured approach to your goals, helping you stay focused and overcome challenges like falling ill, bad weather, spontaneous changes in plans, and so on. It kind of acts as the guiding force, helping you to turn that initial motivation, that initial fire into a daily routine and habits and keep the fire burning and keep it going. So this combination helps you to stay committed and maintain steady progress towards your goal. It's kind of like perfect alignment between your values, your promises to yourself, and then the resulting action you keep on taking. Now that we know not to rely on motivation alone, but actually focus on discipline, let's finally spill the beans on how you as well can become more disciplined. So, I want to share with you some examples of what I personally did that has helped me to become super disciplined in the gym, or also when it comes to working on my business and other areas in life. Some of these actually will sound quite familiar to you, as I discussed some valuable habit hacks already in episode 5. And if you want to learn even more about them, I highly recommend you to listen to that episode after this one. Anyway, the first way that has helped me to foster more discipline, you might have guessed, is I have a goal and I have a why I'm doing this. I want to be healthy and strong. I want to have a successful business that provides my financial and time freedom. And I also want to make my childhood dream come true to be a published author, which has really helped me to write my first book, right? Number 2 is I really fall in love with the process. So it doesn't feel that hard anymore because I actually love doing it. Like it's actually fun for me. Like the reward is in itself just the action of doing it. In the beginning of my fitness journey, I also used to reward myself actually, for example, with new gym clothes just as an extra incentive. However, now that I have way more of like a minimalist lifestyle, this doesn't do it for me anymore. And at the same time, working out regular, as said, has such an integrated part in my day-to-day life that I don't need an extra reward to do it, as again, doing of the workout is already the reward. Then number 3, I do it even if I don't feel like it, and I follow the rule to never skip twice. This rule especially has helped me to keep on going and not giving in to the self-sabotaging thought of, oh, well, now that I didn't do it yesterday, can wait another day. I just restart on Monday. I just restart next week, or I just wait another year. I will always make sure to come back to it after a break, which leads to number 4, I make it a priority and non-negotiable. This is true for self-care in general, and this practice not only has helped me to build discipline in the gym or when writing my book, but also throughout my burnout recovery. You do what you prioritize and is important enough for you to do. If it's not, you don't do it. It's as simple as that. I'm sure you might have come across the quote that to change your life, you need to change your priorities, and how right that person is. So, last but not least, I have accountability systems in place and eliminate distractions, whether that might be training with my boyfriend, with friends, having a personal trainer, signing up to classes, entering the Gymshark 66 challenge, or learning to be qualified as a personal trainer myself. I always had something or someone that helped me to stay accountable, and it made a huge difference. In addition, eliminating distractions or setting up my environment for limited distractions is a big help as well. This could include turning off notifications, closing the door, creating a dedicated workspace, or using apps that block distracting websites or your phone as well. I, for example, would block time in my calendar for writing when I was writing my book and not accept, cancel, or reschedule meetings that fall into that time frame. And I recently have been blocking my phone during our gym sessions as well, so that I don't get distracted with Instagram notifications or messages from clients and friends during that time window. And this also highly improved my focus and saved a lot of time during the workout, as I just get it done and dust it and don't sit on the bench for eternities, trying to think of something smart to put in my stories. So, as you can see, saying things like, I don't feel motivated to go for a run, or I'm just waiting for the motivation to finally hit me to do this, are not the right approach if you want to stick to things. Don't wait and try to be more motivated. Learn to be disciplined to do it anyway when you're not. See it like a steady friend that stays with you even when you don't feel like doing something. And motivation is just like the visitor that comes and goes. Discipline is reliable. It helps you to stick to your plans, keeps you on track, and turns your goals into real achievements. So while motivation is good for a quick start or to give you maybe like an extra kick in the butt during the process, discipline is actually what sees you through to the finish line. And you can improve your discipline through having a strong why and goal, learning to fall in love with the process, which is, in my opinion, actually the most powerful way to reward yourself and celebrate your successes along the way. Mainly needed in the beginning, not so much later on, to not skip twice and make the task at hand a priority, and also put an accountability system in place that supports you. As always, pick one thing that resonated with you the most from this podcast and go and implement it in your life. The key to change and improvement is taking action, and only listening won't get you anywhere. It will not fuel your motivation, nor will it grow your discipline. So do take leadership and responsibility of your life by taking charge. And if you enjoyed this episode, please do not forget to like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel or the podcast for more episodes like this. And then I will see you next Monday.